Let's go.
Game
Eagles.
day.
Last motherfucking season when the goddamn Conies came to the lake and ruined our perfect season. I can't wait to get it on, man.
I was there too, and I hated it.
I know you
I
was
hated
there. Well,
I
hey,
hated it.
your body was there, but your mind wasn't. You were
What's up, Eagle Nation? It is game day, and we are here with the true pregame edition. How's everybody doing today? Episode, where are we at? 5 now?
five, man, and we got some time to talk about the birds.
Time to talk about the birds, man. We go against the Washington Commanders today. Man, let's talk about it, man. It's big on big. You know, our offensive line is the best in the league. You know, they got 4 first-round picks from their offensive line. How do you see that matchup working out today, JC?
Yo, look, hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. The past 3 weeks, the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line have gone against some pretty good defensive front, especially pretty good defensive coordinator. Like we already know, week 1 we had the GOAT himself, Bill Belichick, to go up against the scheme from the defensive line. Our offensive line was a little shaky, but then week 2 we went against who was that? Brian Flores, a defensive coordinator over there for the Vikings. Our line held them pretty good, rushed over 200 something yards, and then last week, had a chance to go up against who's that defensive coordinator over there? I forgot his.
You know, Tampa Bay.
Yeah. The head coach, who's Todd Bowles, right? A defensive head coach. You know what I mean? Just the Tampa Bay Bucks didn't even allow 54 yards rushing to anybody the whole season. We went in there and ran right through them. So our offensive line, to me, I don't care who we go up against, where at, in a monsoon, in a blizzard, I don't care. Our offensive line is going to do their part. So I had no concern at all heading into this game. So Montez Sweat and Payne and all them boys and Young, hey, they're going to be on the field a lot because Philadelphia Eagles, in my opinion, is going to run through the Washington Commanders defensive front, and our offensive line is going to be the key to doing that.
Man, I'm going to say we done did it before. It's not like this is the first year they got 4 first-round picks on their line. They've been had these players. I think this is the first year Chase Young even looked halfway decent out there. So I'm not really worried about this offensive front. I think, strength on strength, we win because our strength is stronger. This offensive line is the best in the league. We can move anybody we want to and do it whenever we want to. It's funny hearing Jack Del Rio over there talking about the tuck push. He wish it was an illegal play, and all this whatnot. Just stop it. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. You're supposed to have 4 first-round picks on your defensive line. You should be able to stop a 1-yard play anytime you want to. But you can't.
Yeah.
And you won't. And nobody else can.
Yeah, everybody is complaining about the same thing, man. Like it's like the same song on a different track. It's like, oh my God, here we go again. No, it's a play where So yesterday, right, watching college football, Penn State did it yesterday. A couple other college teams did it yesterday, and it's a legal play. Yes, no team has perfected the way the Philadelphia Eagles have perfected over the past couple seasons. So that's why they're mad now, especially when they went into the off season trying to ban the play. But the NFL was like, nah, we ain't gonna touch it. So that means what? It's a legal play. Any illegal play, the NFL would be the first one on board. Say, you know what? Nah, y'all can't do that. And I mean, every season, every off season, the NFL changed rules for a reason. So there's a reason why they didn't change this rule for the Philadelphia Eagles, because it's a legal play. All right, it's a legal play. You want to know how to stop it? You put two linebackers, behind your defensive line and do the same thing. If you get flagged for pushing your defensive line forward, then you have a gripe to complain about. But I don't see no team, because they're scared that you might fake it, and now you got your tight end open, your wide receiver open, your running back could leak out to the flats. So no, I want to see a team lined up, your defense, put two linebackers behind that, put the safety box, go mano a mano. Do that. Don't be a punk, just do it. At least try to do it, right? Because you're not going to win when you're defensive front versus 11 versus 5. Man, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the real big key to it all is just that we got Jalen Hurts. This guy can push a pile by himself. Plus, you got this offensive line, Landon Dickerson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Freaking Jurgensen's playing good this year. Kelsey's the best center in the game. When these guys are all pushing one direction, you got your own snap count. We can do it all. They can't. It's not going to be able to stop him. Sorry. Like you said, the people that fail is because they have weak quarterbacks. They ain't got no leg muscles and they ain't pushing no piles nowhere. It's a cheat code. Jalen Hurts got running back legs. You're going to push that pile just like a running back could for 1 yard. So, and as long as you only got that, when you hike the ball, it's a really fast play. So it's not like something that you can, it sets up to get, for you can actually have time to stop it. It's just when they hike the ball, they're going, and it's pretty much 90%. What they say, 92% of the time we get it.
Yeah, it's an average play. All right, the play is an average play with the average quarterback. We saw last year when Gardner Stinkchew, he came in for 2 games and tried to do, the brotherly love. Ain't no push, push, none of that. It's the brotherly shove, right? The brotherly shove last year when Gardner Minshew came in for Jalen Hurts between on those 2 games. We went 0-2. He didn't get it. You know why? He light in the ass. And a lot of these quarterbacks around the league are light in the ass. So regardless, all right, let's just say you're not allowed to touch Jalen Hurts, assist him with going forward. You think that's still going to stop, the brotherly shove from being denied? No, because Jalen Hurts is squatting 600 pounds. Like he got, he's built like a running back, right? His legs is stronger than most running backs. So this is not Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a elite runner, but he's more of a sloppy, skinny, like he's so. To me, when I see Lamar Jackson run, I'm like, oh my God, he doesn't run clean to me. He's like everywhere. He just like the ball is out here hanging, diggling, like but Jalen Hurts, he runs like a running back. So when he does his quarterback sneak, he gets low like a running back. And the thing that helped the Philadelphia Eagles, right? We ran about 5-6 times last game, and the Buccaneers, they were ready, but the count changed. I saw Jalen Hurts. This is the longest I ever seen the Philadelphia Eagles took to run the brotherly shove, because now the count is going to become a factor. The offense know the count. The defense could only guess. So last time he was like, hut. Nobody was moving. I'm like, oh, man, hut. So they was trying to test the Buccaneers defensive front, and all of a sudden, boom, they went at it. No shot of stopping it. It's all on the count and the quarterback behind it. It has nothing to do with the shove. In my opinion, though. But who am I? Nobody. But go ahead.
JC Sportstalk. Better recognize. But yeah, so getting back to the game, man. It's like it's the tale of two NFC East teams. They're rivals here. The Eagles, obviously, like you said, the last 2 years, I think it is, stop the streak. Last year, we were undefeated. I think the year before, we were like 4-0 or something like that, and they came and beat us. And I just don't want to see it happen again today. The Eagles are on a nice streak. We are building as we go. Each game, we're getting a little bit better, a little bit better. Who do you want to see become more impactful? For me, I want to see, I heard the cast is off Reddick's hand. I want to see Reddick get out there and get his first sack today. You know what I'm saying? It's been 3 games now. We ain't seen no Reddick, no signs of Reddick. Where you been? Where you been? No tackles, no nothing. And he's supposed to be the best player on our defense. So, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis been killing it. Fletcher Cobb's been killing it. Sweat's looking good out there, but we need to see Reddick out there. And I want to see today be the first day he get one.
Yeah, look, and defending Hassan Reddick here. I mean, when you're a pass rusher, man, you make your money with these, right? Like, man, be able to pull, push, shove. Like, you use your hands a lot. But he had a cast in his hands. Which one was it? His left hand or his right hand? Probably
right.
The right hand. But he made his money using his hand, being able to keep the offensive lineman off balance. But now the cast is off. The cast is off. The cast is off, and I think today is going to be a coming out party for Mr. Hassan Reddick, because it's been, like you said, about 3 games, and his stats are like mine.
3 games.
0 all across the board, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I stopped playing a long time ago. But hey, me and Hassan Reddick got the same goddamn stats right now. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on. But like I said, today's going to be a sack party. I'm like, yo, meet me at the quarterback. That's what I want every defensive player, whoever comes in, Milton Williams, Fletcher Cox. And by the way, your Fletcher Cox is playing pretty darn good because he knows this might be his last ride, and he is balling out this season so far and stopping the run. Go ahead.
Did you hear what he said about that? How Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, these young guys, are actually motivating him because he sees how good these guys, he's feeling the energy from these young guys out there doing their thing. So he's like, hey, I'm not the old guy. You're not about to put me on the bench and watch me. Let me watch you, both of you guys play. I'm playing with one of y'all every snap. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to let the league know that he ain't done yet. Like you said, he's got like 1 more year, 2 more years, maybe not even with us. This might be his last year with us, especially if we win that championship. So, Fletcher Cox got a new surge of energy. Plus, he don't have to play as many snaps. Remember what happened with BG? When he didn't have to play as many snaps, BG looked good. And now he doesn't have to, because he didn't have to really play. You can have a Jordan Davis and Carter in there and be perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? Before, he had to be in there with somebody else. And I think now he understands that. He is making him play a lot more free.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, facts. Look, if Fletcher Cox right now, to me, I'm glad he decided to come back. Even though he was offered more on the market, I think by the Jets, whatever it was, but he stuck with the Philadelphia Eagles because he believed in this defensive front, right? Look, honestly, I don't think, besides Hargrave right now, he left, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it more. But a lot of defensive players that have left the Philadelphia Eagles because of this defensive front are really not doing anything right now. Like get Singleton, yeah, he's all right. Marcus Epps, man, he's all right. But when they was with the Philadelphia Eagles, man, you know what I mean? Especially last year with Epps, with the other boys, they were balling out. So this defensive front is the reason why. And I feel like Hassan Reddick today, you're going to hear his name. I promise you. You're going to hear Hassan Reddick name today, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. I've watched the Commanders line, and they are, look, hey, BIRDGANG, me and you, hey, we could make a better offensive line for Sam Howell than they have right now. That offensive line is trash.
19 times. 19 sacks in 3 games.
Big Simple. Hey, you need to dress up, Big Simple. Go ahead, coach. Put your helmet on, Big Simple, and go help them out. Because today is going to be a bloodbath for Sam Howell. 19 sacks. I won't be surprised if it's not 30 by the end of the day.
Yeah, he's tripping now. He's not scared. He beat us. Well, y'all beat us one time, and like you said here, we beat ourselves with those 4 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? The only people that ever beat the Eagles last year was the Eagles beating ourselves. I don't really give none of those teams credit of being that much better team. I believe we had a superior team last year. and we got the superior team this year, so we should go out there and do what we got to do. And like you said, like it's gonna be total domination. I feel a lot of sacks coming. Last week was 9. Let's go for 10 this week. You know what I'm saying? Let's go for 11. Let's get more sacks on that board than anybody had all season. But the Dolphins might broke the little record of points scored, but let's go break the sack record against the freaking.
But see, also is their quarterback, man. Their quarterback, Sam Howell, he holds on to the ball so long. You know what I mean? Like, even going back to college, and I believe that's why he probably fell to the 5th round. But he holds on to the ball so long because he wants to make that perfect throw, or even if he's wide open, he's like pat, like he's patting the ball. Hey, in the NFL, you can't be patting the ball. If you pat the ball, guess what that is? That's a pick six the other way. I mean, that's a turnover. I'm just waiting to happen. You cannot second guess yourself in the NFL. You got to throw these guys open. We used to talk about that with Jalen Hurts, his first year. He's waiting for him to be wide open. And that's why Sam Howell is waiting right now for these guys to be wide open. He made a beautiful throw to Scary Terry against the Denver Broncos, like between 2 men. Like, he just dropped it over. That was perfect. That was beautiful. And that's how he has to play in the NFL. You have to throw these guys open. But their offensive line is trash also. Like, look, I'm not going to lie. It's like you can't have a quarterback that holds the ball too long with a bad offensive line. Like, where's the screen game at? You know what I mean? Where's the play action, rolling out the pocket? You know what I mean? So I think you're going to see some more of that just based on what I've been hearing on the Commander station. Unfortunately, I live in the DMV, so I do listen to that radio station. And trust me, they had all the faith in Sam Howell as being the franchise right now, but they were concerns throughout the preseason. Everybody was saying this offensive line is bad. The Commanders did not do nothing to address the offensive line. They got a couple bums, one from the Kansas City Chiefs that won the Super Bowl last year, but they didn't realize that he had dogs across the offensive line. You can't bring one person that was a part of a unit, a chain, and say, you know what, since you won the Super Bowl last year, let me drop you with this sorry-ass offensive line, and hopefully you could help us out. It's not going to happen that way. So that's a problem. It's Sam Howell holding the ball and their offensive line being trash.
Do you think it's because this guy right here, man, they got this guy up. He beat us in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It's his first year. And do you think he's being too much like Andy Reid and passing the ball too much? They got some good running backs over there that's not being used. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to get the ball, Scary Terry. You got another tight end in Logan Thomas. But, that Andy Reid tree, those guys like throw the ball. Even though he like throw the ball, he threw himself out of Philadelphia. Do you think that's when he's starting out too early with a young quarterback like Sam Howell? You know what I'm saying? He's young. He's early in his career. Of course, he's going to hold the ball a little longer than you expect him to. It's a new offense for him. I think he was drafted last year, new coordinator this year for him. So it's like it's 2 years, 2 different coordinator type thing for him. You think he should be simplified a little bit more and start running that football for him?
I think he believes that he got a Patrick Mahomes in his hands. Because these plays that he's doing right now is plays for Patrick Mahomes, right? The quarterback that's been in the league for a while, or with the skill set of a Patrick Mahomes. You cannot bring, like, our biggest, argument with Nick Sirianni when he was calling plays the first 6-7 games when he first became a head coach was like, why are you throwing the ball so much, right? You need to use your players the way they were built to use. Our Jalen Hurts is not going, like, at that time, he wasn't the type of quarterback that could drop back and just throw because you handcuffed him. His legs, the play action, the RPO, that's where he belongs. So the Commanders right now are using Sam Howell like he was using Patrick Mahomes. Hey, just drop back, just throw there and just play my system. No, you need to adapt to Sam Howell's skill set. Go back to college. The year before he got drafted, he was very, very good because he had some playmakers around, So you need to go back and watch that tape and try to take some stuff from there and bring it to the NFL. These offense coordinators are so stubborn sometimes it's ridiculous. Like, they was like, man, I've been waiting for my shot. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to call the game the way I want to call it. I've been waiting for this moment. And this moment going to get you fired. Right? You've been trying to be a head coach for about 5-6 years now. guess what? Hey, you're gonna be waiting another 2-3 years if you don't adjust and show the NFL that you could become a head coach and do things the right way, that you could use your personnel the way they were meant to be used. So to me, I think today, watch for a lot of screen. I'm going to beat it inside his head. Screen passes is going to be the key today. And Logan Thomas is health. He's coming back from injury. So the Philadelphia Eagles could be beat through, in the middle. So we got to see, how they use Logan Thomas. But definitely the screen game in the middle of the field, I want y'all to watch today the Philadelphia Eagles if they could adjust to those positions.
What do you think about that? Do you think they're going to be able to do it? When is Dean coming back? How bad is this thing going with him? Like, he ain't even back.
Well, next week should be his last week on the IR. He was put on there for 4 games, and he got put on there week 1. So he should be, next week should be his
playing
last
good,
week.
but I want to see him back here in the middle of this defense, because
our linebackers, though, like Cunningham been doing his thing, though, man. Cunningham been flashing. And I like the way Cunningham played, man. Especially that last game. He got that safety. Like Jordan Davis, Carter, they collapsed the pocket, and Cunningham came in with the full head of steam, right? I like when we have linebackers that's not afraid to meet the running back at the hole. That last game, they was at the hole, they went through the hole, and that's how the safety happened. So he's been playing pretty good. So I just need Dean to be healthy for the long run, because that was his the knock on him. He's injured or whatever. But a foot injury, that could linger a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So especially cut and all that stuff. So
hopefully he can get back out there. Because we're starting to get a little banged up. Max is out for the season. You got Sidney Brown out this game. Quez Watkins hasn't played football on this football.
But that's all right. Hey, Quez, we got OZ, baby.
No.
So that's why they brought him in. That's
He's no Quez.
No. He's what we wanted Quez to be. Touchdown. The Falcons just scored touchdown. Did they? And right now it's 17-0 right now, man. The Jacksonville Jaguars playing in London, 17-0 over the Falcons. But right now, I think the Falcons just scored a touchdown. But no, look, I'm telling you this right now. No, he's what we want Quez Watkins to be. That's why they brought him in here, right? To either replace Quez Watkins or to push Quez Watkins. And you saw the last game where this dude, that throw that Jalen Hurts made, right?
Ooh, that was a dime.
That was a dime, but it still took concentration, because that DB actually tipped it a little bit, and he still caught the ball in stride. Not a lot of receivers can keep concentration like that, because the ball was tipped a little bit and hit him right in his hand. Perfect throw, a good catch. So definitely, yes, Quez Watkins, heal up, son. But right now we got OZ that could fill in with Goddard. So I think on the offensive side, we're good. I'm not worried about if one person is down, especially Quez Watkins, that we're going to struggle. But the defensive side, Sidney Brown was good too. He's one of those safeties that love to hit. But vanilla ice, baby, white ice. Green blanket shit. I'm telling you, he remind me of look. I tweeted this out early. Early last week. I was like, Brian Dawkins, Michael Jenkins, they wasn't afraid to come down and hit you, lay the wood on you, meet you at the, at the line. And that's what Reed is. This a couple of times throughout the season, if he didn't make that tackle, one-hand tackle, just trip a guy, that's going to be some big yardage. But white ice, he's on it, man. And I think John Lynch for the future, man.
You remind me of John Lynch.
Yeah.
That's a little clown right there.
He's not afraid to stick his nose in there, man. Yeah. He's making some big tackles, man. And he could make one-on-one tackles, and he's not missing a lot. But he's not like, shoo, just passing by. Nah, he's coming for you. So that was a great pickup. A great draft by Howie Roseman to get Reed Blankenship to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. But he is balling out, and he's here to stay. He's going to be our safety.
Overall talented player, you know, because he does it all. Like he makes plays in the passing game too. Like he makes picks. How many picks you got now? Like 4? You know, in 2 years, till you're starting your first 2 years off, getting some picks against some good quarterbacks. You know, doing big things out there early, man. I like Reed Blankenship, man.
I won't be surprised if he makes the Pro Bowl for real. Like I know it's early. I know
year?
it's only a couple games, but I'm telling you, this year, yo, he's playing that well. He's playing that well right now. Like the past, like when healthy, like. Yeah, he didn't play the second the Vikings game, right? He didn't play the Vikings game, but this dude is almost averaging double-digit tackles, man. Yo, and he already got an interception. Sometimes look, some of the stats don't pop up, but yo, he's assisting in tackles, man. He is pretty good right now. So hey, we'll see. But look, there's still 14 more games. Let me see. Week 4, about 13 more games after this. So there's plenty of time for him to get his stats up. But I'm telling you right now, he's one of the better safeties out there right now. Ozzy better route runner, and he seems to play slot better. Quez is speeding better on the outside. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. But that's why we brought Ozzy in, man, to see, you know, to either replace Quez Watkins or to see if he could push Quez Watkins. And right now, look, there's no harm of going 4 wide, right? And had Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Ozzy, and Quez, and Goddard. So now who you going to stop? So we have the benefit of having a deep wide receiver core right now.
I guess it is good that he is making plays now. So you know when Quez comes back, people are not going to be expecting him. He can come in and make some good big plays because you already know
Quez is back, right? You got the injury report?
I had it from Friday. I think this was on Friday.
Yeah, let me see. Quez Watkins limited practice. Was that Friday? Yeah, I mean, I think he's. Man, what's that?
Could play today. Let's see if we can find an injury report for it.
Yeah, I think Sidney Brown is out, and there's one more person that's out, but I think that's the final injury report from Friday. But Quez Watkins, to me, I'll keep him out another game because hamstrings could be injuries. Huh?
The hamstrings,
Yeah, just Quez. All right, so Miss Ash said just Quez is out, right? No, because Sidney Brown is out too. I think Sidney Brown is out. So I saw that on Friday. I think he's out. But either way, I think we're in pretty good shape. Regardless.
Yeah.
But I feel like with our front, Sidney Brown is out and Quez is out then. So, but yeah, overall, man, hey, this game we're pretty healthy. Just Quez and Sidney this week. Okay, all right. So just Quez and Sidney this week is out.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, I mean, look, I think that Ozzy could fill in pretty well for Quez. So I'm not worried about that unless we're playing 3 safeties because for some odd reason Evans can't get off the field. But hey, we'll be fine with Reed. You know, but the biggest move. How did you feel about Bradbury moving into the slot and Job on the outside?
I feel like that works with those receivers, like with a Mike Evans, you know, those bigger physical receivers. Why not? You know, it's not like you're losing anything from the inside. Now, if he's going against, say, I know Antonio Brown don't play, but you know, a receiver like Antonio Brown that's quick twitch. Yeah, I wouldn't want Bradbury.
But there is no CD. I guess CD, but there's no more Antonio Brown.
When we play the Dolphins, you got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill can play the slot. Now, I don't want to see him in the slot against either one of those 2 guys at all. 0%. He's too old. You know, he's not that old, but he's old. Yeah, he's not that old, but he's old. He's not fast enough for those guys. You know, and that's why I like him on the outside. He can get physical with the guys on the outside. He's bigger than a lot of receivers out there, so let him go do his thing on the outside. Now, again, in that game, I think that was the perfect game plan. Because Mike Evans is a big physical receiver. He likes to play a lot of slot receiver, and you can throw him in there against a Mike Evans in the slot. But when he gets to the more of these shiftier guys, I definitely leave You know, you just gotta let one of them young guys cook. Either you like Job or Ricks, whoever you put in there, Goodrich, whoever you want to put in that slot. You let those guys go out there and at least they got speed and youth to kind of keep up with some of these fast receivers in the league.
Yeah. Look, at first, man, I was like, man, I don't know, man, because Mike Evans, he was going against Job. But I knew for a fact if they put Job on the island by himself, he was going to get cooked. That's why we started the game with 3 safeties, I believe, so to give him help over the top. So that was a good game plan. But Bradbury, I kind of like him in a slot if he's going against a tight end, right? You know, I'm in the big body tight end and stuff like that. Because a lot of times teams don't have 3 wide receivers. Like they have 2 wide receivers and a tight end. So I kind of like him in the slot if he's going against a tight end, but you are absolutely correct. I don't think he's fast enough, to keep up with the CD. They're going to be playing the slot sometimes with the Water, with the Tyreek Hill. We're going to get scorched. But that's when you say, hey, we playing 3 safeties over the top. Hey, just get anything underneath, and the safety got our backs. So Tremont Evans, and Blankenship, I won't be surprised if those 3 are on the field at one point or the other all together just to try to keep everything in with Scary Terry, with Jahan Dotson, with Logan Thomas. So I believe that the only way they could beat us is through the air, not on the ground. And I'm benching Brian Robinson Jr. I do have him on my fantasy league, and he's on my bench.
I would too. He ain't got defense. I would not be playing him at all. I'm kind of worried too a little bit because he's kind of like the size kind of showed me a little bit of like the Gannon stuff. He's letting these quarterbacks that aren't super world beating quarterbacks go out there and ball out too. I think we're last in passing, or at least the bottom half of the league in passing.
That's inflated though. No, that's inflated. That's the team is down by double digits, right? And Big Play Slay, he said it the best 2 weeks ago. He said, when we have a lead, yes, we were playing softer coverage because I'm too old to be trying to bump and run when we have the lead. Especially we don't want nothing over our heads. So people saying that the Philadelphia Eagles are bad in pass coverage is because when the team is down by double digits and you're up third quarter, fourth quarter, what you going to do? You're going to play back. And of course, they're going to dick and dunk their way down. So the Vikings did the exact same thing. They were down by double digits. Every team we played so far have been down by double digits. So, of course, that's why the Philadelphia Eagles, to 3 games, have allowed 145 yards rushing on the ground for 3 freaking games. And, of course, in the air because we are up double digits with these guys. And to me, that's smart as a fan. We're like, come on, man, we suck at pass defense. But if you look at it to start off the game, they're not. Is when the game start getting out of control, we start backing up a little bit. That's when you start seeing dink and dunk up in the middle, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, 300-yard passing on our defense. And so not every stats tell the story. Yeah. So if you watch the game, the stats lies because we are up so much and you don't want to get beat over the top. So.
And we are getting some turnovers. Not like we're not picking the ball as well. So.
Oh yeah, we are like second in the league in turnover ratio right now. Like fumbles and receptions, points off of turnovers. So yes, we're getting the turnovers. So to me, the whole passing stats, we like to be top 5 in every category. Right? Oh my God, and we are shut down corner. But it's hard to do that when you're up by double digits. Like no defensive coordinator is going to say, hey, play press up when you up by 17, 20 points, because you always think that the person, is going to, hit a big bomb down the field.
Put the backup in and let them go play press, man. That's what you want to do. Don't be scary. Just keep playing aggressive, man. You guys pay these guys a lot of money to play 4 quarters. Play 4 quarters. Who cares? That's how Miami ended up with 70 points. Maybe the Eagles can get like 80, 85, somewhere like that, one game.
Yeah, but Miami also, their defense have given up 380 rushing yards to 3 games. So they don't care about stats. They care about, hey, let's outscore the opponent. And that's how we gotta get into our heads as fans that hey, we don't care about stats. Who's winning the game? When did this game, when did this whole thing change? Like, were we up or down? Because imagine if we're down and now you giving them a chance to throw, we'll never win a game. Yeah. But now since we're up, is a different story. But now you could just relax a little bit. So
yeah, it's all about winning, you know what I'm saying? Like even as Jalen Hurts, my quarterback's so smooth, man. Like so smooth, man. When did it matter so much? He said when I lost, like by losing, he's the type of guy that he takes every loss to heart. You know what I'm saying? Like you need a quarterback leader on your football team. And he's always saying something slick, something smooth, with the media. You know what I'm saying? He'd tell him to shut up. We need to tell him to shut up. He does his own little thing. He got this little swag about him where he just feels like he can say what he want to say, when he want to say it, and how he want to say it. I love this little guy. He's out there doing big things, man. He is a true leader, man. Do you think Jalen Hurts, because I see some out there talking about Jalen Hurts has regressed. How do you feel about it, and what would you tell those people that think he's regressed?
Look, I'm going to say that we played, I opened the live by saying the exact same thing. We played 3 of the toughest defensive mind coach that we might face all season with Bill Belichick, Brian Flores, and Todd Bowles. Those are defensive mind head coaches first. Their main mission is to give young quarterbacks hell, to throw all types of fake coverages out there, and in the last minute they change, into their regular coverage. And Jalen Hurts right now, with the new offensive coordinator, like we all expected to say, oh my God, BJ, he knew Jalen Hurts for a while, and oh man, it's gonna be the exact same system, the exact same play calling. No, teams have tape from last year. You think that they're gonna let us run the exact same, plays and system from last year? No. So it's a learning curve right now. All right. So
with that being said, do you think we should be incorporating a lot of the plays that we did work last year more into this year too as well? It seems like it is a little bit of a different.
We are, but we still run the RPO. But look, I think we are though. I mean, we still run the RPO, and that's why you see that teams are ready to defend that a little bit better because there are plays from last year where we was cooking teams up. So, I mean, it's a balance, right? I mean, you have to add some plays from last year, and then you, as an offense coordinator, you try to prove yourself also, right? I mean, this is your first time calling plays, so now you're gonna put your own wrinkle into it. It's gonna take some time to gel. People don't understand that last year, after our bye week, that's when we started scoring more points. The second half was a big issue, right? Oh man, we can't score the second half. We went into our bye week 6, week 7 last year, and then we came out the bye week and then we started scoring in the second half. This team had time to adjust. All right, like if you're clicking on all cylinders right now, I feel bad for that team because reality is about to set in. This is a long season. We are 3-0, and that's why I love what Jalen Hurts says. People weren't about stats and this and that. He was like, "Oh, you could throw for 300-400 yards, but you lose." But then people worrying about when you don't throw for that many and you win. And he said, how did you learn? He said, about losing. Yes, it's about winning the game. Yes. You do what you can to win the game. Regardless if you throw for 150 but rush for 300, you won the game. Who won the game? No. So the teams that win the Super Bowl back then was like who could run the ball better, right? Especially when the winter time comes. When the cold season comes, it's snow on the ground or rain, who could run the ball the best? And right now, the Philadelphia Eagles, no other team in the NFL can run the ball better than the Philadelphia Eagles. So regardless, yes, we all want him to win the MVP. All right, one of my 5 predictions, my bold prediction was Jalen Hurts winning the MVP this season. You know what I mean? But he's not on an MVP pace right now because we are able to run the ball. But
and it's not him running the ball so much, too. Like remember last year, if we run for all these yards, Jalen Hurts should usually be the lead rusher.
I told you that You got to protect your quarterback. But you're like, nah, let him run. No, you need to protect your quarterback. You can't win no games without a quarterback. And I told you that they was going to try to stop him from running. But he's a smart runner, though. Like, Lamar Jackson is a sloppy runner. He likes to get hit. Yo, Jalen Hurts, he'll run. But now, if it's like, 3rd and goal, 5-yard line, he's running. Now he's going to try to put his head down and get to the end zone. But he's not going to take unnecessary hits because he knows how to be smart in that. Like, because he knows we cannot win without him. So I told you that they was going to try to minimize him. That's why I have him rushing for about maybe like 600 yards this season. Like, that's it. Like 600 something yards this season. I got him running. And it's not design run. It's scrambling. You know what I mean? It's like the quarterback sneak, all that stuff. But I definitely don't have him rushing for like 1,000 yards like you have, BIRDGANG.
I don't like this Brian Johnson guy. Like, he's messing up my whole offense. I want to see more Jalen bootlegs. You know what I'm saying? I want to see more screen passes. I want to see more aggressive Jalen Hurts running the football. He needs to have dual numbers so he can be that dual threat and win that MVP this year. I want to see my quarterback miss the MVP. We ain't had a quarterback MVP ever, ever. I don't think we ever had one.
Yeah, don't let me start lying to you.
Yeah. I want to see my quarterback be the best in the league and win a Super Bowl because I think he can do it both, But like you said, it's still early. There's still 14 games left in the season. Like, that's a lot of football to be played, man. A lot of football to be played, a lot of stats to be made. And like you said, we went some against some of the harder defenses like Dallas Goddard said. So that being said, our offense should be opening up a lot more over the next couple of weeks here. Right when we're starting to gel, right when we start to get in our flow, to the point where it's like we're gonna start seeing, like you said, we're gonna start seeing a lot more higher scoring games out there. We're gonna start seeing a lot more stats put up out there. We're gonna start seeing a lot more players becoming explosive. Remember, like when it was in that little stretch, like you said, after the bye, and it was like one game, Devontae Smith 200-something yards. Next game, AJ Brown 200-something yards. Next game, they rush it for 200-something yards. It's gonna be one of them type situations where pick your poison. We're gonna do what we gotta do, and it's kind of like that now. I just feel like you said, everybody's ironing out wrinkles, especially on that offensive side of football. I think people are gaining chemistry with each other. People are trying to understand, what they actually like to call. Brad's trying to put his little spin on it too, call a certain game certain way. Because like that 4th down last game, play call was trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the hell are you 4th and short? You're in a shotgun, handing off the ball. That was dumb as hell. But it's still early. Everybody make mistakes. I'm hoping to see this guy get better because the grass ain't always greener on the other side. Shane and Gannon left, and that doesn't mean that automatically that Johnson and Desai was gonna come here and be better on either side of the ball. I'm just telling people that pump your brakes a little bit. We gotta watch these guys because they had 2 seasons to do it. The first year they did all right. And it was that second year coming back with continuity, which made them go out and become that much better in that second year. And we're still in the first year with these guys. So I know Nick's going to ring them in. I know it's kind of Nick Sirianni's offense, but, he definitely got to do, step up and show some more.
Hey, did you see the Cardinals, man, the way that they're playing defense this season, man? Like, they're not even lining nobody up at the line. Like, their defense is all just standing up, just walking around. Like, it's not Jonathan Gannon, all right? It's a new, hungry defensive coordinator. Jonathan Gannon is not calling plays over there. So I want people to understand this. Jonathan Gannon is not calling plays at Arizona. Yes, he might, give his 2 cents.
Base defense.
Huh?
It's like his base defense.
Yeah, but the way that young defensive coordinator is doing it, oh my God. Yo, I'm like, what is this I'm watching?
That was our linebacker coach, remember?
Huh?
That was our linebacker, Rallis. That was our linebacker coach, too, with Gannon. That's his defense coordinator.
See, that's the problem, man. Like, yeah. So people thinking that it's Jonathan Gannon that's doing all this wonderful magic is not. Yes, that might be his defense, but it's how you run it. It's when you choose to be aggressive and not. That's what we had an issue with Jonathan Gannon. It's like, why are we being so laid back? Why didn't you do that with us? With Hassan Reddick, with BG, with Sweat. Have them walk on the, like defensive line like this.
Yeah.
And you don't know who's coming, who's going. Let's go. But nope. And that's the problem we have with Gannon. But now people are saying, Jonathan Gannon, why didn't you do this in Philly? Because it wasn't him, but because it's not him calling the defensive plays right now. You know what I mean? So, Jonathan Gannon, look, he's still whatever.
Maybe the reason why they won is because Dallas just sucks. Look at this, man. Did you know Jalen Hurts has more wins, 22 in his last 25 games, than Dak 21 does in the last 50?
Nah, that don't make no sense. That's false. That's the most. Whoever said that is out of their mind. That's false. All right, I'm 100% guarantee that's false.
And there's no quarterback. Do you know an Eagles quarterback or any quarterback that right now is on the street? What was it since he started? Like, if you don't count that first year he played with Carson Wentz, since he started quarterback, he's 20-1.
Yeah, I mean, he's 20-1. Yes,
that's impressive as hell.
Regular season, yes. Yeah, I understand, but that stat you just put up is straight up BS. Because Dak Prescott, 150 games. Has he played 150 games yet?
He might have.
No.
How many years did Dak been in play? He played.
This is his 8th year.
8 times 16.
But he haven't lost that many games. Come on, man. Yo, he hasn't won the 21-something games. That's it. Get out of here. And whoever put that,
I know. I just like that tweet.
And take off goddamn social media. That was some like.
That was awesome.
The math doesn't even add up.
Crying. You see on it, he was crying.
Who?
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Who? Wait. Who was crying?
Dak on the picture. He's crying.
Come on. Nah. I just think, look.
I had to throw some NFC East fun in here. Come on, guys. That was a good tweet. I liked it. It
was a clickbait.
It's on a historical run right now, guys. People gotta realize that. I don't know no quarterback's been on like a run like this right now. Where it's just like, in the last, like, since you're a starter, you've only lost one regular season game. That's crazy.
Yeah, and especially when
you gotta count out, because if you count the first year, he lost 2 games that first year. So if you're taking that away, because he wasn't a starter, Carson was a starter. So since he was a starter, yeah, that's crazy, man.
You gotta count everything because he started the last 4 games, right? He won his first one and lost the last couple, and then got benched the 4th one.
Yeah, that Washington don't count for him.
Yeah, I mean, but they all on his stats. It don't matter. He started it, all right. But since he had weapons, he's absolutely right. He has been on a run where when he plays, you win. When he doesn't play, you lose. And thank God over the past 22 regular season games that he have won 20-1. That's pretty good news. He went from you can't win a game to you can't lose a game.
Right.
Basically. So
can't do nothing. You can't win it with your arms. You can't do it with your legs.
But look, for any Eagles hater that's listening, this should not be a debate between Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott,
or any quarterback in the NFC East.
No. I'm just going with Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott because Dak is going to his 8th year and Hurts is going to his 4th year, his 3rd as a starter. There is no comparison. All right. So yes, I know we're enemies, Eagles versus Cowboys, this and that. But if you just say back and say, God damn, man, our quarterback only been in the league. This is 4 years, and this is his 3rd year starting, and then our quarterback been in the league for 8 years, and he started all 8 years. So this should not be no comparison. I don't care what you do in the regular season. That's my opinion. The regular season to me, it don't make your legacy. It's what you do in the postseason, and we already know what Dak Prescott is in the postseason. He's like the Peyton Manning, right? Remember Tom Brady, the Peyton Manning? Tom Brady always had a hard time being
Peyton had the stats.
Regular season.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Touchdown, yard, regular season. but Brady had postseason, and that's what we're working towards. Like, I could care less about regular season. Yo, every year, I don't know the last time I did this, maybe from 2000 to 2004 or 5, that I penciled Eagles in automatically playoffs. Automatically, I know that we are going to the playoffs. What now? What's next? That's it. Yeah. But like, can no other team say that? Because the personnel we have, the coach we have, the quarterback we have, the team we have, we know for a fact that we're going to be in the playoffs every year. How far you're going to advance is the question.
Yeah, for sure. So, we're definitely in that dynasty mode where we should start winning some of these. Like I said, in his 5 years, I give him 2 or 3. That 5-year contract he's on, he's going to get 2 or 3 Super Bowls for sure. I can stand on that. I feel like that's something confidently we can say. Here is a stat, though, that is true about our quarterback. He has 29 rushing touchdowns in his first 50 games. Number 1 all time. Just surpassed Mr. Cam Newton. Do you care about the stat at all? He had more games to play, too, to even up it.
Well, Josh Allen had more games. Josh Allen's been in it says 50 career games. So, at 50 – wait, has he played 50 career games yet?
That's what the stars by his name is for, because they all played 50 games. He hasn't played 50 games yet.
Oh, he said through 48 career games. So that's 48 career games for Jalen Hurts.
So he got 31 rushing touchdowns in his first 50. Let's go. Jalen Hurts 31.
But look, the stats to me, stats are good. But do I want my quarterback to be rushing, 31 times? No, because this league, people are coming after you. People are headhunting you, especially with what, your boy said, the defense coordinator for the Washington Commanders. So put that up. You know what I mean? If you got to put that up, that's a perfect time to talk about that, because I feel like, the more you are a running quarterback, or the more you are successful as doing something, teams are going to come after you. They're going to try to hurt you. And then once you get an injury, it's so hard to come back from. Look at Kyler Murray, man. This dude every year he's hurt because he's small, but now it's like, do I want to run anymore? Let me slot. Lamar Jackson, he got hurt.
Hesitant football player going to get blown up. Be hesitant about what you do out there in the football field, especially when you're playing the level at the NFL with all these guys being so big, fast, strong. You got to be sure on everything you're doing when you're out there playing the game. You can't be all sitting there hesitant because you got hurt. But like you said, that is another small quarterback. I don't think he's as strong either. I just feel like Jalen's like a one-on-one, like they say. It's just like the things that would make him, make other people be less effective. It makes him that much more effective because he's not that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see him getting hurt. Like, for real. Like, he's built to take hit. He don't take very many hits either, but he's built to take them. And as long as he doesn't take them, because we got one of the best offensive lines in the league, and we do got a good running game, that's going to help him stay in the league for a lot longer than a lot of these other guys, because, he is built to take the hits. Like you said, Lamar Jackson looked like he could take a lot of hits in the season. The Joe Burrows, the Patty Mahomes, none of those guys are big enough to be like, oh, yeah, I can see him taking, 50 sacks in the season and be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at the body structure, look at the body type, just like you said, he's a smart runner. So when he is running that football, I think most of those touchdowns came on the brotherly shove. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of the touchdowns came on the brotherly shove. So those to me are like free touchdowns.
Yeah.
People say you can get hurt, but come on now. That's rare. I think Patty Mahomes did it once, but he's a whole nother, like I said, a whole nother cat out there. But I'm not worried about it. I think Jalen can keep doing that all year long. Do the push to. I want to start seeing how we did at the end of last year. We start doing plays off of. Remember, we faked it and pitched it out to the side, fake pass, boom. Let's start seeing some of those plays. I want to see Brian Johnson crank this offense up a little bit more this week. Today. I want to see a lot more exciting plays. We led the league in explosive plays last year, and this year we're like bottom of the pack in explosive plays. So let's go ahead and start climbing that route. Start getting there. Because it is week 4 for us, and this is the 4th week. So, I give you those first couple of games, I was going to ask you, like, do you think it is because, I don't know if I asked you already, you think it is because of the lack of preseason play that our players play, the reason why we started out so slow on the offensive side of football? The defense, those guys are just beasts, period. Those are grown man beasts. And like Slay said in his podcast, like, they're not even running really the scheme. They're just going after the quarterback. They're not really running the scheme. They're just going after the quarterback, and they're just that talented of players. Wait till they are experienced veterans, like 2-3 years down the road, they know actually how to understand how to play their roles and go out there and, and really be dominant defensive tackles. So you think that is it for this offensive side? They didn't play no preseason games. So now they're kind of struggling to get it. Like, because not really struggling, like 200 and something yards rushing is good. But in terms of like the big plays, like we like to see, Devontae Smith 45-yard return, touchdown, AJ Brown 50-yard touchdown, those type of plays.
No, I think is the change of coordinator. I'm honest truth, because every coordinator got their own little spin to their plays. So no, I don't think it's because of the lack of preseason. I just think because how many games was going to play in preseason? How long was he going to play these guys anyway? I mean, well, maybe a quarter. Oh my God, if we play great for a quarter, we're ready for the regular season. No, I just think is we changed coordinators, both offense and defense. It's easier to get on the same page as defense than it is on the offense, because defense, your front is going to rush regardless, right? Your linebacker is going to play their little technique, either cover 2, cover 3, whatever it is. But offense is so much more craft that goes on to it. Like you have to design plays, the X's and the O's, who's going to do it, and cross routes and everything. That takes time to learn. So that's why I think it's really the change of offensive coordinators, and it's not lack of preseason, because nobody plays in the preseason.
Regardless. You got to think about it. Burrows played, but then again,
he did not. No, he didn't play back-to-back preseasons at all.
I remember some good players played in preseason this year.
No starters really.
Patrick Mahomes played in preseason.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes played in preseason, but he had Andy Reid calling plays since he's been there. So, I mean, it's not. But then also the Chiefs, right? They had a stat between the Commanders and the Chiefs, right? They had the Commanders is averaging 25 points a game. The Chiefs is averaging 18 points a game. So now there was like, is it the Eric Bieniemy effect? Because now the Chiefs are only just scoring 18 something a game. Commanders scoring 25. So now there was like, what is it? But I mean, you could say, is it like preseason, this and that? But I just think that Kelsey was hurt in game 1, of course, and then Chris Jones was out in game 1. So of course you're not going to be the same team. So overall, I just feel like it's, teams got to get into the groove of things again, especially us. How many teams? You know what? When we go 4-0, we're going to become probably one or two teams that started 4-0 after losing a Super Bowl. Because it's hard to do. You lose players, you lose coordinators, but you know what I mean? And then that's why that stopped teams from going back to the playoffs or even making the Super Bowl. But we are in good position. We're 3-0. And we're complaining about, lack of closest plays and fancy this and that. We're 3-0. And we are winning. Good, bad, ugly, we are winning. Because in NFL, you have to collect these wins right now. There is no tomorrow. The Dallas Cowboys losing to the Cardinals is going to come back and beat them and bite them in the ass. Because that's a team you're supposed to beat. Because the schedule, you got the Bills on your schedule, the Dolphins on your schedule, the Eagles twice on your schedule, the interdivision, the Giants, the Commanders on your schedule. They had the Lions on your schedule. So these are some teams that you could possibly lose to. So that's what I mean. You win now. 1 point, 100 points, you stack them wins, because later on it's going to become harder. And that one loss to the Cardinals might put us to win the division. Because sometimes when you have the same head-to-head record, they go off common opponents. You know what I mean? Did you beat this person? Did you lose this person? So I said that before the season even started. I still believe that the Eagles and the Cowboys will be 12-5, tied for 12-5. it's going to come down to common opponents who you win or lose to.
Wow. If Nick wins, he's going to be 27-11 as a head coach. You know what I'm saying? That's some good numbers for your first head coach. Give me your take on Nick's, year 3 going into, his 4th game. Are you still excited for him like as you were before last year, you know what I'm saying? Or has it your love for Nick Sirianni grew? Or is it about the same?
No. Any Eagle fan just sitting here and say, well, it's about the same. BS! You lying. Because we all wanted Nick Sirianni gone after the whole Flowers speech. Well, when you pour into this, you bring your roots. Get out of here. We don't want to hear that. Get out of here. That's BS. So, of course, it grew. Winning cures all, right? The more you win, the more we love you. Even, but now we don't love you so much. So you could get away with 1 or 2 losses. But, of course, it grew. You know why? Because to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. You have to listen to other people and take their opinion into consideration. So him giving up play calling and focusing on the whole team, offense, defense, special teams, he's able to see what's going on instead of, just getting ready for the next series. When your offense is off the field, you sitting next to your quarterback talking about, hey, what did you see? You can't see nothing. So him giving up play calling was a boss move. Because a lot of head coaches going to say, this is my team, so I'm going to call it my way. But he gave up play calling because he saw whatever he was doing wasn't working. That was the first thing. I'm like, okay, I'm impressed by that.
Passing the ball too much?
Yeah. So that was his offense. But now his speeches, right? The team have bought in. They have bought into every word that every, thing that is coming out of Nick Sirianni's mouth. They are buying in, right? You say 26-11. I believe 7 of those losses came his first year as a head coach. So his first year as a head coach, because we went 9-8, 9-7.
9-8.
9-8. The first season, and we made the playoffs. So 8 of those losses came 2 years ago. So now he done lost 2 last year, I think 3 last year, and none this year. So that's very, very impressive. So it shows you that your team has bought in. You're doing the right thing as a head coach. You learn how to put your ego aside, and it's all about the team first. So I'm definitely impressed with Nick Sirianni, and I think he's here for a long time. You know what I mean?
So far, is he your 3rd favorite Eagles coach of all time?
My
3rd favorite Eagles coach of all time. Then he climbed up to number 3 on.
Yeah, I wasn't alive when Ray Rhodes and all these, I ain't see really him coach like that. Ray Rhodes and all these, Bucky.
I was Ray Rhodes coach. He was nice.
So I didn't really see, So I'll put. Yeah, I know that Dougie P bought us a Super Bowl, but Big Red, to me, Big Red, Dougie P, and Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, that's how I see. He's about the 3rd best coach right now. If he wins the Super Bowl, it might catapult him. Definitely over Dougie P.
No, because Dougie P brought us our first. You can never forget your first.
Yeah, but he's never, like, if he wins this year, he's never not made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, but Dougie P made it to the playoffs 3 out of 4 years and won a Super Bowl.
He'd have a Super Bowl to match that Super Bowl.
Say what?
He would have a Super Bowl to match that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I hear you, man. But nah. Dougie P brought us our first Super Bowl, regardless.
So you tell me the only way Nick can ever go over Dougie P or Andy is if he gets 2 Super Bowls.
Yep. If he gets 2 Super Bowls, he will be over Andy Reid. I promise you that. He will be.
What if he only gets 1 this year, but go to the NFC?
He's still 3.
But goes to the NFC Championship like every year for the next 3 years without winning the Super Bowl. Would that put him?
The same thing with Andy Reid. Andy Reid bought 5 NFC championships and won 1, and we went to the Super Bowl 1 time and lost. Yeah. So he's still Look, the only way Nick Sirianni, Look, the thing is, the Philadelphia Eagles, man, all their coaches had great personalities, man. Besides Chip Kelly, but then the players kind of like, man, he was more of a you do what I tell you to do, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like a slave master mentality. You know what I mean? This and that. But I'm sorry. When did I say that out loud?
Oh damn!
Wait, my bad. I recognize it out loud, but that's how Chip Kelly was to me. You know what I mean? So he was like, "You do what I say you do. I don't care, or I will ship you out." Boy. I would ship you out if you don't listen to me. But besides that, Andy Reid had a great personality, a player's coach. Dougie P was a player's coach, and Nick Sirianni is definitely a player's coach. I mean, and that's the coach that you need in Philly, because then you can handle the criticism from the media, because you know why? You don't care what the media said because your player got your back. So that's a different thing. Now, Chip Kelly, the media, ain't nobody was coming to his like, that's all you. And you on your own. You know what I mean? Players got his back. Jalen Hurts, his quotes, you know what I mean? It's all about winning. You know what I mean? So it's the coach, like you can see how having a coach with the personality like Nick Sirianni is helping him out in Philly. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I agree with all that, man. Do you think Swift's gonna have another monster game? I know I said Swift's gonna have another game. Last week, it break over 100. No one wanted to believe the dogs would go back to the past game, but he came out and did it again. Do you see 3 games in a row where Swift breaks 100 yards rushing? Agent zero.
Absolutely. Yo, that's an easy money line right there. Swift over 100, bet on it. That's easy. Easy money line. You know why? Because when it's
mad, I bet the last Eagles game. And they took Swift out in the fourth quarter. I only lost by 4 points, and all he had to do was go score another touchdown with a 1 at the FanDuel. They didn't want me to win, man. They didn't want me to win.
He didn't score a touchdown last game.
Huh?
He didn't score a touchdown last game.
I know, but all he had to do was score 1. Remember, he was rushing the ball so good. He went over 100 again. I'm like, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, I look at my thing and go, yeah, Swift's about to give me a freaking – I think it was like, what was it, $1,000? It was like one of the little bets. It was $1,000. And I was like, all right, cool. And then that's how you know Gainwell's in the game. Oh, Gainwell again. I'm like, where the hell is Swift? Swift to them, so I'm like, I'm ready to go back in. And I'm like, I'm ready for this. They can go back in too. Shit, put it back in. It never did, man.
That was smart by the Eagles, man, because Swift have an injury history. Well, Swift have an injury history, man. That's why Detroit Lions let him go, like for a 5th round pick, whatever it was. Because he is injury prone.
Gibbs.
Yo, he was a first-round draft pick. And they let him go for pennies. Why? Because they're like, hey, we got to move on from you, man. We've been waiting for you to stay healthy. You can't stay healthy. So we're going to draft another running back, and we're going to move on from you. And that's exactly what happened. So I agree. 150 yards back-to-back games. Yo, you are like, okay, all right, it's a long season. We do have Gainwell there that could, that can rush the ball, like Swift, but he's not as explosive, or he had the vision, but he could run the ball. You saw Gainwell the first game of the season. Yeah. He was catching, running, so he's capable. So not to have 2 of those guys, why run your one back to the ground? You know what I mean? So let's keep him healthy, so you can re-sign him, because he is on a 1-year deal with us. So you can re-sign him after the offseason. Boom, and there you go. So I love the fact that we have a 2-headed monster, and look, I'm good with it. But what I do want to see, who I want to see, is Penny. I want to see Swift, Gainwell, and Penny as our 3 backs. Boston Scott, a good story. Hey, wait till we play the Giants, Boston Scott. But right now, I want to see Swift, Penny, and Gainwell throughout the whole season, throughout the whole game, especially for Rashad Penny, man. I want to see, do we have to do the brotherly shove? Can we hand the ball to Penny and get that 1 yard? Right?
I think they would have did it already if that what they thought was a better option. They would have already did it. They're not giving the ball to Penny.
he was a healthy scratch in game 1. In game 2, he came in and played some snaps and not his goal line.
He's the one that got hurt a lot too. It's Penny. I feel like Devontae Smith. I feel like we're seeing an emergence of
Devontae Smith is not hurt a lot. What are we talking about?
No, Penny was.
Oh yeah.
So that's another reason why too. I feel like
because having 1 or 2 carries at the goal line compared to just being the workhorse when he was at Seattle, so he's not the workhorse no more. So you can afford to give him 5 carries inside the red zone and see what he could do. But maybe it's one of those moves later on down in the season when the weather starts changing. You're gonna see Penny a little bit more. I'm big bruiser. It's cold out there. Nobody want to tackle big bruisers in the cold. So maybe, but I'm telling you right now, he needs to be on the field today and throughout the whole rest of the season. Gainwell, Swift, and Penny, and they all could have their roles, man. Like Gainwell could spare, could give Swift a breather, 1 or 2, 3, 4 plays, and then Penny could be our red zone guy. You could put Penny and Swift back there, so nobody know what's coming. Is it power run or is it a running back screen? Like anything, but I do want to see Penny on the field a little bit more.
I feel like Swift just got an emergence as he is from Philly, man. He's getting that whole Hassan Reddick effect. Hassan's first year back in Philly, back in home. He's getting all his family members and friends at the game. He wants to show up and show out for all of them, and he's going to be doing that all season long this year. I feel like this is that year where you're going to see him. I think he's going to make All-Pro, and maybe even Pro Bowl. Well, Pro Bowl for sure, or maybe even All-Pro this year. You know what I'm saying?
If it is top 2 in rushing, yeah, absolutely. Your top 3 in rushing, yeah, then absolutely, because the All-Pro is like 1 per conference. But at that position, so he got beat out. Christian McCaffrey. He probably
he's good though. McCaffrey could get hurt though, so that's a big plus for him. Though.
Yeah, but he's another injury-prone guy, and that's why not the 49ers. Look, the 49ers are going to dig their own grave because Christian McCaffrey is an injury-prone running back because he get used a lot, and so far this season he's getting used a lot. So it's not me wishing injury or anything. It's me saying, hey, did you see the first 3 years when he was with the Panthers? They was running him to the ground. Then you see his body get worn out.
I feel like they don't use Debo as much in the run game no more.
Well, I mean, look, he's
a lot less. They definitely should be keeping him in the run game, more active in the run game too. That's what makes teams look good. They always say use all your players. You know what I'm saying? If these guys can do multiple things, use all of them and do multiple things. Atlanta, even though you got Bijan, don't forget about Cordell Patterson over there. You know what I'm saying? Like Niners, don't forget about Deebo Samuels as being one of your top guys, running the football as well. Eagles, don't forget about Jalen Hurts running the football. He says he thinks Gainwell's better. I mean, Scott's better than Gainwell.
No.
I don't think Gainwell be that special of a back. I think he's a good running back. I don't think he's anything special.
No. Who?
Gainwell
or Scott. The same thing with Scott. But Gainwell, have not had that much opportunity to prove that he could be the guy. You saw in the rain, downpour rain, fumbles. He was catching the ball. He was running like 5 yards per carry. I mean, he was doing some pretty good things. I mean, is he as explosive as Swift? No. But Boston Scott, to me, is a regular guy. He's a regular underdog, the blue collar, practice squad. Oh, my God, I'm getting my chance. Let me just run, right? But Gainwell, to me, is better than Boston Scott. But everybody has their own opinion. But Big Simple was like, what this game will be win in the trenches. And y'all don't have no trench on the offensive line. So and y'all ain't got none of that on the offensive line. All right, Big Simp, none of that. So you might as well right now grab your little tissue box and get ready to see your quarterback on his back.
Big Simp, what kind of game do you think this is going to be? I want you to give me a score prediction in the chat there. What kind of game do you think it's going to be, though?
Because I think that it's going to be
a blowout.
No, I think. Look,
the first game we played them last year. Remember the first game we blew?
You know what? Yes. Look, I do feel like this year the Philadelphia Eagles defensive front is better than last year. And people are like, how can it be better when Hassan Reddick had not showed up? Because we could not stop the run last year. Huh?
We had 9 sacks that first game on them too.
We had 9.
Yeah.
We had 9 sacks. But we could not stop the run last year that we had to go out and get a Sue or a Linval Joseph last year. We could not stop the run. This year, we allowed 145 yards on the ground for 3 games. And we went against the Bucks, the Vikings, and the Patriots. And those are good teams that, that could run
the football.
That are able to run the ball. And we stopped them. Like the most
right here, though. Against the right here, I told everybody he's a dog.
Yeah.
This guy right here. Remember before he got hurt, we were top 5 in stopping the run. We went 3 games after he got hurt before he realized that having Fletcher Cox, having Hargrave, these guys, Milton Williams, they were not stopping the run like it was when he was in a football game, man. I'm telling you, it's Jordan Davis, the monster, is here. And he's doing his thing. And that's the reason why we're number 1 in a run stopping defense. Did you see that safety? I know I seen someone say that, Carter, nice play for the safety. That was Jordan Davis who made that play.
That was Davis and Carter that came up like left the pocket.
Yeah,
that was
pretty good. He went back, like he lost his foot in his first step, but then he went and pushed both of those 2 guys back until the running back, and that's what caused the sack. Now, Carter was there too as well, but that was Davis' side. He was play side. He pushed those 2 guys right when the running back got the ball. And it's like he's a monster, dude. Like he's not even scratching his ceiling yet. These guys are only like 23 and 24 years old, man. They're about to get better and better and better and better. Like Slade said, 4 years from now they're gonna be monsters. But right now, I think he's a game changer. And not only that, I think he even has more sacks than Carter right now. He has 1.5. I think Carter has 1. Yeah.
No, I think Carter got like 2 sacks and Davis.
Did he get a second sack? I know he had 1. Jordan Davis had 1.
A couple halves, so now they add up to the 2. But I really think, look, with Davis and Carter, we are set, man, for at least a good 10 years, man. We are set at the defensive tackle position, the interior position for a while. And Davis, look, this is his first full season actually being a starter. But still, he's not even playing every rep. That's the thing about having depth. You're a starter, but you're still not playing starter minutes because we had a Milton Williams, Tulupu. These guys are waiting to come into the game. So Carter, like what? Hey, put up that stat with Hargrave, man. Put up that stat with Hargrave.
Oh yeah, Hargrave.
Yeah. Put that stat with Hargrave, man. Because since we're talking about Carter in the trenches right here, I mean, look at this. Look at this. We was willing to pay what he was asking for $20 million a year, Javon Hargrave, to do what Jalen Carter is doing right now on a rookie contract, right? Like what both our great players having great seasons, but I have told the Eagles D-line would fall apart without Hargrave. That is a shot at the media. At all the haters that was saying, "Oh, y'all lost Hargrave, you can't replace Hargrave," blah blah blah. But the Eagle gods, right? The Eagle gods above. What team? Who let the Philadelphia Eagles get Jalen Carter at number 9 and be like, "Damn, all y'all should be fired." Every single 8 team and above. Whoever didn't pay Jalen Carter should be fired right now. Maybe if you needed a quarterback, my bad. But Jalen Carter is going to be probably the next greatest thing besides Aaron Donald. Like he's a dominant force, and right now he's even beating Aaron Donald this season playing part time.
Yeah, I seen that.
He's playing part time. 30% of the snaps. And he's doing this much damage. I mean, that might be a benefit, or somebody was like, "Well, I mean, he got more energy because he only playing less time." Show me. Put him on the field for 60% of the snaps and see how much more damage he could do. But
now, think about that though. Did you see him come on and say he wanted more time? You know what I'm saying? He can play more time. Yeah, when he did the interview, he's like, yeah, I could play a lot more. You know, I would like to play more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's like, do you play him even more? We don't have to. Like you're trying to say, like with the Jalen Hurts, you don't have to run him because Swift is doing so good. You know, Gainwell does good when he's in the game. You don't have to run him as much. Are you going to do that with your future All Pro DT, or are you going to let him build that confidence in his first year?
Nah, I would put him on the field more.
He's the player of the year in his rookie year by giving him more snaps.
Yes. I would put him on the field more than Fletcher Cox. I put Fletcher Cox I would play him more than Fletcher Cox. I play Davis and Carter more because they both demand double teams. Because Fletcher Cox, you could get one-on-one Fletcher Cox because they showed it where Davis was taking 2 and Fletcher Cox was one-on-one. You can't one-on-one with Davis and Carter. So that's when I would want, at the if a team is backed up at their own 10-yard line, their 5-yard line, put Carter and Davis there together because you had to double team both. If not, it's going to be a safety. Bad thing is going to happen. So I definitely want to see Carter and Davis there more than Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox could be, a 30% type of guy. Hey, you want to make money, Cox? If we're going to play you 30% of the time, the snaps, and now you can flash then. But because you already made your name for yourself. But right now, we want to see our hungry dogs on that defensive front going after the quarterback because they both have to be double teamed. That means more one-on-one for Reddick, more one-on-one with Sweat, more one-on-one with BG. You know what I mean? So you got to pick your poison, but I'm picking Carter and Davis more play time than Fletcher Cox.
Oh yeah, man. I think even this year it's going to be, at the end of the season, Davis might even have better numbers this year. That's just because I feel like he has that year in. You're going to probably play him a little bit more than Carter, but it's going to be nice to see these guys together for the rest of their careers here in Philadelphia. How do you feel
Carter is going to win Defense Rookie of the Year.
How do you feel about Nolan Smith, though? He's kind of quiet first, opening games.
Well, Nolan Smith, I do want to see him on the field more, but I really think that he should play linebacker, man. I really think that if we switch to a 3-4, let's just say if we switch to a 3-4, right? I think you could have Smith on the field, Reddick on the field, of course Cunningham on the field, and Ellis on the field. I feel like that no team will be able to throw or run on us because the problem is when it comes to our defense with 4-3 base defense that the middle is constantly open because we don't have enough fast linebackers to cover these guys. But I really think with Nolan Smith, he could play a tight end and then you still have your rushing ability with Carter, Davis, with Milton Williams. You know what I mean? Those with Fletcher Cox. So you put Carter, Davis, Fletcher Cox as your 3 guys rushing. And then Reddick, he could rush too. And then Smith on the field, then Cunningham, then Ellis. You have a pretty solid front 7 that is pretty much unbeatable. So I really think that we need to kind of look at if we keep getting thrown on, we might want to look at our scheme a little bit to change that up.
I think that will work, man. We can run that 3-4 like that. I'm saying Jordan Davis in the middle, Carter and Cox on the outsides, bringing that pressure, that collapse it, like you said, you got double team. You pretty much got double team all of them. If Cox
that's the thing.
If he's having a monster game again, you're gonna have to Fletch. You got double team. Fletch is still a big man, regardless of what you try to say about it. You know what I'm saying? He's still a big beast out there, 330 pounds, a big guy out there. So you're gonna have to double team him if he's getting hot in the game. So it's like, yeah, you got 3 guys, you got a double team when you got 6 linemen to do it. So 3, everybody can double team everybody, but then you got your linebackers coming free off the ends, Reddick and Smith coming off each end.
Yeah, but even the double team don't even work 9 times out of 10. And so you're hoping if your 6 linemen can hold up which is a tight end, by the way, because you have your center and your two, so now you need a tight end in there. So now that's last personnel to go out. And now you need to double all three of them. And who knows? Reddick could come to the side. I mean, hey, you drop back people and you could control the passing game. If I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm really looking into that. Hey, just at least our basics 3-4, but we don't always have to show the 3-4 look all the time, right? You could just bring everybody up to the line. You don't know who's coming in, who's backing out, and then boom. And now you got 4 linebackers that drop within 5-10 yards. You're not going to pass on that. And then you got your safeties, your DB. You're not passing on a 3-4. A 3-4 is made to stop the pass like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? A 4-3 is more of a run-stopping type of defense. But a 3-4, if you have a problem stopping the run, especially the middle, not the outside, but the middle, that's your best bet right there is a 3-4 base defense.
Yeah. Get 4 linebackers back there with their secondary. Yeah. It shuts down the passing game for sure. I feel like with our defensive lineman, we can shut down and run with it too. We can do both.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we could play a 3-4 and still be a great, a great run defense. We can because we got the dogs that require double team. And then we got the linebackers that are fast enough, like a Nolan Smith that's fast enough to go tackle, a Cunningham that's fast enough to go tackle. So that would take bigger linebackers. Dean wouldn't do well in that system because it's lineman. But speed too. But you do need speed to cover your tight end. So I think it will work fine because you have your hard-hitting tight ends, your hard-hitting linebackers, and Smith and Cunningham, like to help stop the run. But then you still have your speed and Dean to go out to the flats and stuff like that. So I think it will work. So
like you said, like those guys are getting double team. You're not getting back to the linebackers if you're trying to stop one guy. You know what I'm saying? You're not peeling off going no linebacker because you're stuck at the same guy in front of you. You're stuck at a Carter. You're stuck at a Fletcher Cox. You're stuck at Jordan Davis to the point where these linebackers, if you look at the safety, he came in clean. I think it was Cunningham who came in.
Cunningham. The safety, Cunningham came in clean.
These linebackers are coming in clean. Making plays right now. You know what I'm saying? We just didn't have the aggressive linebackers before to actually go put their nose in there and go do it. But these guys are doing it, and they're doing it at a high level in terms of coming in clean. Like there's not too many linemen that are actually getting to the second layer of the defense. These guys are stopping these guys. There hasn't been that many big runs on us this whole year. Like you said, we don't have that many rush yards against us. Like it's just not happening. These guys are monsters out there.
Yeah. So I mean, but it's something to look at, right? If we keep getting gashed in the middle, because the problem is the middle. The middle of the defense, to me, even Brian Westbrook said it, that teams could throw against the Philadelphia Eagles, but then he didn't say, well, they're down by double digits. So, of course, you have to throw to get in the game, right? You have to throw yourself into the game at that point. But I really feel like that we'll be fine. We will definitely be fine, man. I'm happy. Yeah, we kind of like, okay, people's like, well, they're not looking the same. I'm 3-0. I don't give a damn how am I looking. It can only get better throughout the season. It can't get worse.
Who are you most concerned about playing against the Commanders today?
The Commanders, you have to watch out for Jahan Dotson and Terry Scary because he ate us up alive last year. He cooked Slay.
Did he?
Terry cooked Slay last season.
I know about the game we lost. Or talking about both games?
The game we lost at home, he was cooking Slay left and right. I'm like burnt toast. So yes, you still have to, give Slay a little bit of help because sometimes he's more of an eye guy than let me stick to your hip, right? Because he's anticipating. So Slay watched so much films, sometimes it could be his downfall. Man, pump and go. Boom, boom, boom. Man, Slay is done. You know what I mean? So that's why Scary Terry to me and Jahan Dotson, you have to play I want to play 3 safeties, just play the same defense you played against the Buccaneers, right? Because you have to trust in your front. Your front will get there. If you play that type of defense that you play against the Bucs, going up against a bigger Mike Evans, that like the week before or the week before that was 200 yards receiving, right? With a Chris Godwin. These dudes are pretty good, but Jahan Dotson and Scary Terry, to me, I want them to be matched up. I don't know. Like, is Bradbury playing the slot again this week? I know it was a matchup situation, but I don't know what he's playing this week. Is he going outside?
I wouldn't put him in there because you're looking at what we're talking about. You're talking about the shorter, the less physical receivers, the more speedy receivers. So I wouldn't want to put him in there at slot. I'll go ahead and let whoever I don't know, Goodrich back again, or if not, then put Job or Ricks inside the slot.
I definitely think that Job could hold his own in the slot. I really think that he's young enough. He's flexible enough to go with the left and right. You know what I mean? Like boom, and then you have help too with your linebackers. That's the thing. Yeah. The slot, you have help with the linebackers and the safety over the top. So that's why I would rather have a young guy in the slot and then put your one-on-one matchups with Bradbury and Slate on the outside. But they had other plans, and that's why I'll put Job or Ricks in the slot and then give him just safety help, linebacker help, and then put one-on-one with Bradbury.
I feel like if we're going to get in trouble this day, which I don't anticipate us doing, it's going to come from like the tight end spot. Remember what Henry did against us that first game, the Henry, the middle, like you said, middle field. Logan Thomas he's a former Pro Bowl tight end out there. Yeah, his problem is he gets hurt a lot too.
And a former quarterback too.
Huh?
He's a former quarterback too.
Yeah, and he's really good at that tight end spot where you let him start warming up. It could be a nice long day for you stopping him because he's a big physical guy out there. Like you said, the middle of the field been open. And then a running game. Like what happens if the enemy finally takes, stock? How many games it took us to start running the game? 6? That first year? The first year for the Philadelphia Eagles, they started running the football. It was like, what, 6 games?
About 6, 7 games.
Maybe he's a little bit smarter. He starts running that football in week number 4. So those would be 2 things we won't really be expecting. Something that's not been characteristic to these guys. I think it really haunts us if we don't, if we don't look out for it. So those would be that's to me that the running backs and Logan Thomas would be my, sleeper players if they were to do something against us, which I don't believe they will.
But you know what? I'm about to throw a little out there. Offensive line, man. Montez Sweat is no punk. He's no joke. Deron Payne is no punk.
Yeah. No joke.
Ace Young ain't no punk. It's no joke. So any offensive line can be beaten any given Sunday. And the Commanders are 8.5-point underdog coming into this game. So they're going to, hey, look, we got our backs blown out last week. Let's not do it again. So the Commanders are going on a embarrassing loss. So, and they are about to come to Philly saying, you know what? We beat these guys last year. So why not? Why not us? Why not shock the world and show them that we are for real? We are 2-1, even though it's a bad 2-1. I watch every Commanders game. My eyes are burning right now because I am in the DMV and they show the goddamn Commanders game all the goddamn time. My eyes bleeding. But they should have lost to the Cardinals with Joshua Dobbs, Mr. Josh. Put some respect on his name. They should have lost to Mr. Joshua Dobbs week 1.
Joshua Dobbs.
But that was his first week, like literally been on the team for a week and a half, and the Commanders were down in the 4th quarter. And then this year lost to the Denver Broncos, had an 18-point lead. So right now, the Commanders could easily be sitting at 0-3 because of their offensive line and that young quarterback and their sauce defense in the running game.
Wow. Commanders. But I think it's going to be more like Colorado. You know what I'm saying? You go in that big game, you lose it. You come back and lose it again to a better team. And USC beat Colorado yesterday. I feel like the Eagles are about to destroy the Commanders.
Hey, did you see
City?
Hey, did you see LB NFC East Friends, whatever that podcast called? What is it called? Best Friends and Enemies, whatever it is. He was telling Louis, the Commanders content creator, who? Louis T. Yeah, he was saying, hey, you're about to get buried by the Bills, like a funeral. And then the Eagles about to get a headless Commanders team coming into the lane. And then it's over then, right? Yeah, super friends. Yo, that was funny because last week, the Bills, like, that was, they destroyed the Commanders. I don't know how much confidence the Commanders have coming into the lane with a better pass rush than the Bills, but we about to get a team, two things, either with their head held high or like, God damn it, we about to go, God damn, man. I need y'all to protect me. I need y'all help. Like, what I mean? It's about to be brutal. Right. Like that Jalen Carter is the difference maker. That's why we need to play him more today than any other day. Same how up the middle, he's not going to rush on the outside. He's staying in the pocket. Go get him. Bring pressure up the middle. If you watch the Bills game, they push up the middle and he had nowhere to go. Sack at the sack all game long.
So let's do some hot takes.
Let's go.
The big three hot takes. Number one hot take for BG will be Jalen Hurts will throw for 400 yards on their candy assets.
What?
His first 400-yard game. Jalen hasn't threw his whole damn career. And I'm going to keep saying it until he happens. I want to see. I'm not saying he has to be that quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards every game, but I want to see it happen once.
All right, so you give your one, I'm giving my one. My one hot take that is the Philadelphia Eagles will rush for 300 yards.
Rush for 300?
Rush for 300.
You think it's going to be the opposite. You think it'll be on a ground game today. It's going to be a ground game.
Because this is the NFC East divisional rivalry, and you need to win in the trenches, and you need to keep the Commanders off the field, and you need to just win the time of possession. Because remember, the last time the Commanders had four double-digit play drive, a 16, 13, 14, a 12 double-digit play drive on the Philadelphia Eagles. So I feel like that is going to be on the ground. So the Eagles will rush for 300 yards or more. That's my one hot take.
And Jalen's going to throw for 400 yards, so I don't know how this is going to work out. It must be another 70-point game. But we're going to find out who's telling the truth.
Wait. Hey, look. This is the truth, right? I tell the truth, and you exaggerate the truth. So, okay, once again, this is
my second hot take number two for BG.
We have a better chance of rushing for 300 yards than Jalen Hurts throwing for 400 yards.
Really? You don't think my quarterback can throw for that much? You gonna say that live?
I'm saying that we are
like that. Really?
Well, I'm telling you how it is. Go ahead. Next. Go ahead.
No, we're not going nowhere until you apologize to Jalen Hurts.
I'm not apologizing to nothing. Yo, we have a better. Hey, matter of fact, if you're in the chat, what is most likely to happen? Eagles rush for 300 or Jalen Hurts throw for 400? Go ahead. I want to hear.
Throw for 400?
Okay, well, I want to hear what the.
How many times? He done made like 380 a lot of times. He done threw like three high threes a lot of times.
Like I said, what is most likely to happen? Jalen throw for 400 or the Eagles rush as a team for 300? But go ahead. Let's move on, man.
My number two hot take is the Eagles defense was sacked. Whatever quarterback back there, because I don't know if he's going to make it the whole game. Double digits today. The Eagles will get double digit sacks today in this football game against the Commanders.
Okay. All right. So my second hot take is Eagles will have not one, not two, but 300-yard rushers. Jalen Hurts, Gainwell, and Andreswift. Eagles rush as a team for 300. I'm telling you right now. So my other hot take is we will have 3 100-yard rushers: Jalen Hurts, Swift, and Gainwell.
All of them getting 100.
All of them getting 100.
All of them getting a million.
All of them getting 100.
That's crazy. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk.
Because
okay. And since we're getting double-digit sacks, I'm going to say that the shocker will be Jordan Davis for my third hot take is getting 3 of those double-digit sacks.
I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying that Hassan Reddick will have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 sacks on the season. Hassan Reddick, welcome back to the link. Welcome back, cast off, and he's ready to roll. Hassan Reddick, 4 sacks. 4 out of 10 sacks will be Hassan Reddick because the edge rusher, the offensive line for the Commanders are trash, and Sam Howell is going to be the MVP for the Philadelphia Eagles because he's going to hold the ball just enough for us to whoop and eat his ass up.
That's 3 great hot takes.
That is 3.
And then mine's going to come 3.
Hey, let's go to the predictions, man.
Predictions.
Who do you got winning this game, and what is your score prediction?
Mine was always Louis Long was 31-17. I'm going to change it today. Now it's game day. I'm feeling kind of extra hype about the situation. Jalen's about to throw for 400 yards. They're about to get double-digit sacks. So I'm going to tell you the score will be 54-20. Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen comes out 20. 54-20. 400-yard game. Jalen and AJ and Smitty and Goddard are just lighting it up, baby. The Eagles destroy the Commanders 54-20.
All right, so my score prediction, it's a little bit more realistic. But I think that Philadelphia Eagles will put up 31 points, to the Commanders 17. Because I feel like that we're going to be up. It's going to be, that's throw. That's how we're going to end up with 10 sacks. But the yards are still going to come. So I have the Eagles 31-17. It's still a double-digit win. But the Eagles rush for 300, throw for 250, over 550 yards of offense. Like I said, double-digit sack with 10 sacks. And Goddard. And Goddard will have his first touchdown of the season. So if you have Goddard on your bench, start Goddard right now because I think that Goddard is going to have
you got to show me something.
Season.
You got to show me something. But the Eagles are about to dominate. The funny thing is, I said 31-17 Eagles. You just stole my answer. And now you're trying to say it because that's what I said all week long.
But I'm still right. I didn't hear what you said. I'm going off. How we going to be up at halftime in double digits and then probably the second half.
We're going to lay at the smackdown on their candy asses, as the Rock say. It's going to be a war zone. It's going to be a sack party in the backfield. How's going to be hurt by halftime, not wishing no hurt on nobody. But that's what happens when you get hit that many times. You get hurt. It's football. So it's going to be a fun game to watch, guys. I think it's going to be one of the more funner games to watch as the Eagle fan. You're going to see a lot of excited. We're going to see some explosive plays finally in this game, and I think it's going to be nice. I like that too. 44-13 Birds. I love it. But I like where y'all going with this. It's going to be a vlog today. It'll be fun to watch. So make sure everybody's watching it. Any last comments?
Yeah. Look, the game starts. Wait, I'm trying to see. All right, so the Commanders and the Eagles are playing on Fox. But all I have to say is this. We never forget. We forgive, but we don't forget. Right. The Commanders came into the link last year we was 8-0 on Monday night. I happened to be there. BIRDGANG happened to be there on his neck. But we all was in the, but we was in the stadium, regardless if it was on your neck or wide awake like I was. We all was there.
I was making both.
Who Simone was there? Who else was there? King DV, right? No, was King DV
Cool
there?
Cat.
Or Cool Cat Connor was there.
Yeah.
And
Real Bird.
Your Autumn Boys was there, and we lost 8-0.
Yeah.
They ruined our perfect season. So believe me, this is a payback we've been waiting for them to come back to the lane and try to do the exact same thing. Feel confident. If you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan right now, feel confident this game is going in our favor. Yes, we can predict anything we want. If we win by 1 or 100, I don't give a goddamn. We're going to move on to 4-0. Just getting ready for the Rams next week, whenever time we play the Rams. But the Eagles are in good position. They're kind of like not clicking on all cylinders, offense and defense, but we're 3-0. So stop all that BS if you're an Eagles fan and just talking about the Eagles doing this. Support your team. A lot of teams would love to be in our position at 3-0 and struggling, quote unquote, struggling. So all I gotta say is this: Eagles victory coming up. I'm doing the play-by-play next in about 20-something minutes for the Philadelphia Eagles. Halftime, whether we were up or down, we will be up. I will drop the link. Voice, video, just come on for the halftime only. Let me know how you feeling, what you're thinking about this game so far, and we're going to move on with life. I got a feeling.
I'll be there. Yeah, because as long as we got this guy right here, Jalen freaking Hurts.
And always open, baby. Always open. Always open. Always open.
AJ in the Slim Reaper. We're about to go play some ball today, baby. It's going to look nice. It'll be good weather, hopefully, and it's going to be a nice football game to watch. So make sure you guys are ready. Go check in on JC on his play-by-play and call in at halftime. And who knows, we might do a show tonight, post-game show. I got to see what's going on. But fly, Eagles, fly. And let's go get this W and be 4-0. We out. Peace.
Yo, what is going on, everybody, man? And welcome to the very